What's up, Rishi?
Didn't come out right.
Well, it didn't sound right, and it sounds like even Mercedes didn't probably get it right.
Ah, that way. Now I'm getting compared to Mercedes. Name is Rishi Kapoor. The man comparing me to Mercedes is Kunal Shah. Together we get together on the Inside Line F1 podcast. Very, very popular one. The last one getting a lot of hits. So thank you so much for that.
Bravo, bravo.
Okay, some hits, some hates this week because, we've got to say Formula One.
Yes, we've got to save Formula One, Rishi, and who better than you and me?
Yes, we are the saviors. We are going to wear our capes and fly down to the Maranellos and the Enstones of the world.
Yes, the Batmobile is mine. You can choose everything else.
Yes, true that. But tell me something. What is up with the new engines and why do they sound so gay?
I have no idea, but my first complaint is just when all of us fans were bracing for the August shutdown.
Yes.
Mercedes had to go and release that link of a simulated lap around Monza, okay, in the 1.6 V6 turbo engine that are going to be used next year.
Yes.
And I was just saddened even more.
It is so depressing, that sound.
I know. And it's not as ferocious as the F1 engines are supposed to sound.
The whole macho has been minused. You know, it's like when you have a bottle of shampoo and suddenly you decide to wash your hair with a sachet of shampoo. It's the same thing, but it's a lot lesser. It's just not enough. It's just not enough.
Yes, it didn't sound enough. I agree with you, Rishi.
Okay, and hopefully, as the engineers say, the sound is going to be really, really different because, you know, all the different components come in and how they drive the air out of the shafts and this and that, and I don't know.
Yes, but interestingly, Renault has said that by mid 2014, the cars next year could end up going faster than the cars are already doing this year.
If Renault could just make Kimi go a little faster by the end of 2013 and make him win, I'd be more happy.
Yes, that aside. But at the same time, on the Renault comment, I don't think it is the speed we are debating here. I am purely debating the sounds. I want those ferocious sounds.
We want the ferocious sound, but one thing which is sounding ferocious and disappointing is we have to save the Indian Grand Prix.
Yes, indeed.
Is that a rumor? Is that Bernie's game? Is Bernie trying to get money out of JP? I don't know, but really the Indian Grand Prix might be cancelled. There's only one way to save it.
And that is?
To buy the tickets this year.
Yes.
Make sure it's a sellout. Make sure it really goes popular and the tickets are out.
Yeah, the tickets are out on sale and they're apparently extremely affordable as well this year.
Kunal and I have the same opinion that the best place to watch the Grand Prix is when I watched it in the debut year. It's on turn 3 because it's an uphill turn where you can see all of turn 1 and turn 2. Also the start of turn 4 and long straight to see a lot of DRS overtaking. So thank you, Kunal, for those tickets.
You're welcome, Rishi.
Okay, moving on. Formula 1, a 3-week shutdown, then 2 weeks of racing back to back. But we've got to entertain ourselves and we've got a new saga, new game to play this week. And that is...
Who will be whose teammate?
Teammate Polka, a musical chair of sorts. Who do you think should be an idealistic team or the totally non-idealistic one? So we're going to be pitting driver against driver, which could be the most amusing combination.
Yes, and it's like you and me sitting in the IPL-styled auction and we get to select who's going to drive for who.
If only we were those millions richer, man.
Yeah, actually a few billions given the names we are discussing.
Okay, Kunal is going to be pointing out names and we're going to be discussing the probable teammates. Team number 1 would have...
Yes, so by respect and out of being an almost 4 times world champion, it would be Sir Sebastian Vettel.
Sir Sebastian it is.
I think his teammate should be Michael Schumacher.
German, Deutschland, why?
I'd love to see two of the most shrewdest, I know that's incorrect English, but I don't care, drivers of modern day Formula 1.
Most bionic ones.
Yes, the most iconic ones as well. Correct. And naturally talented at the same time, strategically inclined and, like everything that could fall in place.
Very hardworking.
Yeah. These two guys actually fighting it out together within a team. It would be just marvelous to see.
I'm getting a feeling they'll take each of the bulls of the 2 Red Bulls on the logo of the Red Bull and start riding them one by one. But according to me, Vettel's teammate should rightly be Kimi Raikkonen only.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you why.
Yeah, because Vettel doesn't listen and Raikkonen doesn't care.
Bravo.
Team member number 2, team number 2 will have the lead driver as...
The lead driver as, I would say, Kimi Raikkonen. Let's discuss Kimi Raikkonen.
Let's discuss Kimi Raikkonen. You think Kimi Raikkonen would partner best with?
I think Kimi Raikkonen would partner best with a Kimi Raikkonen. Okay. Because we would have 2 drivers.
Correct.
who don't listen to anyone but themselves, and their radio messages would be a dream to go out and sell to sponsors.
Yeah, just imagine two drivers saying, "Leave me alone."
Yeah.
Actually, Kimi can't have a teammate of sorts because he's just leave me alone. Yes, and I know everything. Team number 3, the dream team number 3, the lead driver is
Fernando Alonso.
Bravo, Fernando, bravo. Who would
Yes.
be most comfortable?
I'd love to see Michael Schumacher and Alonso in the same team, especially if it's Ferrari.
Yes.
Okay, because both drivers have known to pull every resource within Ferrari towards themselves.
Correct. Just that Michael won a little more.
Yeah, a lot more, Rishi.
Ooh.
Yeah. But I'd love to see how both of them try and mobilize the entire Scuderia behind themselves. And I have a feeling Schumacher would do much better than Alonso.
Absolutely. He's already shown the numbers, but I think Alonso's best teammate, and that's the teammate he's been having for years, and should be the Santander. I mean, Santander should actually start driving the other car. Probably start wiping Alonso's visor or something like that. You know, some chai wala
They
coming
pay
in.
the guy who wipes his visor. Well, so technically, yes.
Correct. That's they're doing that. Next driver in course is
Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton. He's already having a great drive. I mean, Rosberg is great.
Rosberg is great, but I'd love to see somebody as temperamental as him, somebody as emotional as him,
Somebody has a bad boy as he.
as bad boy, and that would be one Pablo Montoya.
Oh yes, that bad man. Bad man. He's also a bad fat man. According to me, Lewis Hamilton would make great partners with Roscoe, his dog, because Roscoe is almost experiencing everything. He sits with the engineers.
He's got a paddock pass.
He's got a paddock pass.
Yeah, all that he now needs is a super license.
I have a dog's life. I haven't had a paddock pass. I want to be Roscoe.
Yes. Can you imagine Roscoe going up to Bernie and chasing him to say, "Give me a super license"?
Woof, woof. Now that you bring up a doggy point, I'm going to be a little bitchy here. And I think Hamilton would make a great teammate with Suttle, and they've done that in the past in GP2 and stuff. The reason being, Hamilton never turned up at the court to vouch for his friend Adrian in the whole bar fight. So I guess it's going to be a good on-track discussion as well.
Yeah, I'd love to be a part of their team meetings.
Or as you say, a fly on the wall. When
a
the
fly on the wall, yes.
Okay, next driver in line is Jenson Button.
Jenson Button. I'd love to see Hakkinen back, and I think Hakkinen being the monosyllabic Finn that he is, and Jenson being the outspoken Brit that he is, would be a brilliant combination as well.
Yes. I think Jenson right now needs Perez to get out of the car and some downforce to start riding the car, or some luck to start riding the car, because he really needs it. And this year I thought was his year, but hey, sadly.
Yes, sadly.
Yes, one team that both Kunal and I absolutely agree on is that when Schumacher should have come to Formula 1, he should have partnered
With Jacques Villeneuve.
Jacques Attack. We love it. They're both extremely talented. They're both extremely mad in their own way. And who better than Jacques?
Yeah, and I'm just trying to think as we speak again.
Yes.
That, oh my God, that'll be one hell of a team.
One
combo.
hell of a team. One hell
Unbeatable.
of unbeatably good. Unbeatably talented. We've also had discussions over other teams where I personally feel Felipe and Weber should go one against the other in the same team, because they're both number 2s, and then I want to know who becomes the team's number 1.
Well, I also have a team that I'd like to propose.
Please tell me.
I'd like to rename it to Crasherham.
Crasherham.
And I think most of our fans now know what are we going to say.
I know where this is going.
Yes, but I'd love to see a Crash Ronaldo and a Crash John in the same car. And the team can go to Acme Products and get sponsorship. Like a crash budget from Acme Products. Go crash the car, guys.
Well, that's that. We usually come here making products, making statements, making Formula 1. But on a crashing note, we're going to be crashing out of these doors in the studio. Also, a little reminder that it is the August shutdown, which means Spa is a little delayed. But when we come back next time, we will have a special Spa-Francorchamps circuit. So if for you, Spa was going to a nail bar and getting yourself painted and relaxed, well, it's not the same in Formula 1. The vroom vroom or slightly gay vroom vroom happens next week.